Hello and welcome to the Heat Signature Daily Challenge. It is the 7th of February and a challenge Saturday. Today we're killing 3 off-world security officers while avoiding alarms as much as possible. We are dying Shaky Tough and X off-world. Let's see, if we're avoiding alarms, we got a quiet automatic concussive shock, and it's at least quiet and automatic so we can clear out a room. Got 3 swappers and 5 slipstreams to spread throughout the entirety of 3 ships. That'll be fun to figure out when is the best time to use them. Shaky dying. Alright. Let's go. Right off the bat, we've got some shields. Do we need to capture them? We need to kill. Okay. Hopefully you're close to a window we can swap them to, but otherwise this could be trouble. Ooh. Ah, that was close to 2 seconds. Alright. Go down here. It would have been really nice if they were courteous and just stood right here or something. No, right here would be better because then I could get out of their way from the alarms. So it looks like we got to go all the way down here for this key, and then we got to get past them without the alarm getting off somehow. We have to go... We have to either swap twice or go very far out of our way for the level 3 key. Well, we could go out of our way and then go up here for the level 4. But if we go down this way, we can take out the pilot. And if we did do a double swap here, we would get a crate. Getting the target out, we could swap with them. That gets them pretty close to a window. But that does require this key first because we can't... Is there something we could do? Yeah, if we had all 3 swappers, we could go swap, steal, swap, swap, and then we can run out. But that's just silly. I think as long as... would it make sense to do swap, swap? Swap? No, because then we still have to deal with you somehow. Right now I'm leaning towards going down here and getting this crate. Just a chance at getting a crash beam or a subverter or glitch trap, something along those lines, would be very helpful. And probably throw something to distract from there, and then I don't want to use all the slipstreams very early. I'm not sure when the best time to use them is. How early do I want to use swaps? Because I will get them back. Let's see, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I swap twice here, there's a decent chance I'll probably have close to 2 back by the time I get down here. So I'm gonna do. Yeah, you're going on patrol. Oh, depending on... you're probably walking... I can't count on patrols. I think... Swap is okay here. Because I'm going to have to do a lot of walking afterwards. And watch, it turns out I forgot that I had a technophobe or something. Alright, so you can see until right here. So we'll throw this down. If one of them were very kind, they would just take a couple steps to the left over here and let me swap with them. As it stands, they're just barely too far away. Okay, do need to be careful here. Yeah, we almost got one swapper back already. Yeah, you're going on patrol that way. You're on an errand up there. I need this level 2 key. Look, I think this will be fine. The big fear is you seeing it and looking too far. But I think we'll be fine. Alright, perfect. Why do you have to start walking now? Okay, I need that key, and if you walk around the corner, then I can't get it. I can disable the alarm. Let's see, if I shoot, it'll stop you for 1 second. It's not ideal, but I could swap with... I need you to stop. Need you to stop. So the question is, can I knock the pilot out of their seat, or do I need to swap with them in this time? Probably fine. Yeah, but if I take too long, you're also gonna be walking away. And if I walk down here, can I swap with you in time to get your key? I think I'll be fine with this. True. We still got Durr. We got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. And then I'm gonna see if I can... Nope. It's gonna see if maybe I could do a shot swap to knock you out. I've got to swap with you in order to get this key. That does open me up to being thwacked by you. Maybe I do swap with you, then walk over here and get your key. Because you're going to be easier to avoid than you. Yeah, I think that's the case. I think that's the case. Somehow we've not been spotted by you. Oh, I forgot that you'd be... No, it would have been better if you did spot me. Oh, no. That was a mistake. I forgot that you'd be walking away immediately. And now you're halfway to seeing me, and I can't get out. If I use the slipstream right now, it feels like a waste to use a slipstream right now. Swapper is gonna be a bit before it's charged again. Slipstream to move just one room is a big oof. But if I get thwacked, that's an even bigger oof. What's a bigger oof? Using a slipstream now that we can't use ever again, or use a swapper now. So if I use a swapper now, I would be swapping with them to grab the key, and then trying to go around them as they're confused. And then I'd have to wait until it recharges to get up here, and then by the time I get up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it'll probably have another one done, especially if I go out of my way to go to that one. And then whatever we have in the crate, yeah, I'll use it. Sneeze. Excuse me. That was like, that almost faked itself out. Okay. What do we get from the crate? Oh. Well, it turns out it would have been a good idea to use this slipstream. That said, I'm not going to complain about having a whole bunch of slipstreams. Alright, so in retrospect, should have used slipstream all throughout this this section. But we didn't know we'd be getting another one, so not much to be done about that. Now the question is it faster to use a slipstream now, or to just wait for the swapper? I do need to use a swapper to get you down here faster. And if I'm moving fast, I can't use, or the swapper won't recharge quite as fast. So if I wait for the swapper now, yeah, I think I use the slipstream now. Let's see, it's like 1, then 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've got plenty. Whee! Thanks for turning off, turret. Hello. Steal. Wish I could have my pod moving during all this, but alas. All right. Am I gonna get shot? Hold on, I'm worried that I'm gonna get shot. Just in case, I'm gonna let that loose. Okay, we're good. Deactivate. Tempting to go for that crate, but nah, no, I can go for that crate. Don't mind me, just passing through, just a shotgun. Alright, so for this small moment of walking, I can remote control. Get the pod moving. And then slipstream past you. I didn't take into account. I did not take into account that if this is already broken, I can't get you out. Now, did I? That there is an oversight. What can I do about that? Okay, I've got a plan. I've got a plan to do something that would, by strict definition, would normally be against the Saturday rules, but I feel is within the spirit of the rules at this point. Okay, first thing is I need to go down this way. Yeah. So normally, I would say no swapping in from space. But I feel like if I've got... Like, the main purpose of that is that we're not just, like, skipping the entirety of the ship. But if we've gone through the entirety of the ship and we've lured the target to a window, I feel like it's fair if I walk out the window and then swap with the target to get them into space. Because that feels like a more intended heat signature experience. That feels justified to me. It could send him... it'd be nice if a pod wasn't... I didn't mean to send the pod all the way out here. I would have intended for the pod to be back here so that I could go out into space and then immediately swap with them. And then, usually when you swap in from space, they get sent careening way back there. And then the pod would catch them. But with this setup, it would be similar to my regular thing of just like swapping in and we get them in the pod. But yeah, that feels justified for me. And then I do have to make sure that I don't get shot by you. Nope. Nope, get rid of slipstream. And I do need to wait for this swapper to recharge. Bong. Okay, it's back. Okay, pod's not even close by, so we'll just do this and deal with the consequences. There we go. Yep, as expected, they go flying off. Okay. Yeah, I feel What does it? How do I have it written in my thing? Dirty Quill. What do my rules say down in the description? No interacting with the ship interior from space. Okay. No, that definitely goes against the letter of the law. It goes against the letter of the law, but I'm gonna say that it's within the spirit of the law. Alright, conch hammer, heat sensor, target fleas, autopilot, jammer gates, alright. Wait, we're out of time. That took 20 minutes. That took 21 minutes. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Alright. Target fleas, autopilot, jammer gates. Okay. How did that take so long? I guess I spent a lot of time thinking there at the end, and I spent a lot of time thinking over by the pilots, and then right after. Okay. Makes sense. It was like, what other option did I have? I think the only other option was to go up and go for the crate and hope that it was something helpful. Probably leave this behind. Okay. We got a lot of crash gates. So we can go in, we can take out all of them, that's fine. We can take out all of them. Take out all of them. Or we could go this way. Whichever way. We could also just skip them and do a swap with you. Yeah, that's probably the fastest. No, we can also just skip you as well. Just go bloop. And then bloop. And then both. That's loud. That's loud. Keep that in mind. I guess I didn't have to shoot. That makes getting the key easier. Is this a super shotgun? No. That is something to keep in mind. I have slipstreams and shotguns. Automatic and quickfire shotguns. I could potentially use propulsion away from the ship as an escape. Been a while since I used that. I only need to assassinate and not capture. Saves a tiny bit of time to swap here. Do I go for crate? Crash beam, all right. Pick up, toss, kill. Do I go for crate? I could drop the slipstream and maintain this slipstream effect to get down here, and then do that on the way back and use that time to get the pod in place. That makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Or we can just leave. Or we can just leave. That works just as well. 8 seconds, a lot better than the 20-something seconds that the first ship was. Alright, ship 3. We have a lot of shields and also heat sensor glitch dashers. That's scary. No alarm response, weirdly. Tracker, defender, mini sentry gun. Alright, tracker, we can get a good gun. If we wanted to look into that propulsion. I just realized I didn't need to catch the target on ship 1. I just realized. Alright, could have saved a couple of seconds there. It didn't change the fact that I had to do the swap with them. But that did cost me like a few seconds, didn't it? Yeah, there we go. 2 seconds. Alright, not gonna be able to reach a swap with you, I don't think. We could potentially do like a swap into a key. And, maybe crashing this or hoping that it doesn't get me. Into a swap with you would get me a key. Into a swap with you would get me a key. And then I could get down here and take out the pilot and then be free for the rest. Or I could, if I get the angle just right, I can get the key and go in through here and then maybe swap with one of you. I don't think it's going to reach. I don't think I'm going to be using all these inaccurate concussive guns. That was far enough away it took a teleport? Huh. Alright, well, slipstream. We could also just run through here and let you teleport and use a crash beam. Where do we need crash beams? Crash beam would be useful here, just for safety. Oh, this looks, going through a scramble gate while being in the range of a sentry gun also feels pretty bad. And once we get, well, probably want to get you. We got a loud gun, so once we've disabled the alarm, we can shoot to get you to teleport over here. You yourself don't have protection, at least immediate protection. So we don't need a whole lot of crash beams. It's like swap here is just a great time save. Swap here is potentially necessary. We can avoid a swap here if we crash. So I think I'll save it. There's a vague possibility. Yeah, let me just break line of sight and see where that leads us. Nah, you're gonna set off the alarm. That's not crash the door along with you, though. Okay, this is gonna be a little sketchy. Just gotta aim it. Okay, we're good. We're good, we're good, we're good. That works out just fine, actually. That was accidental, but that actually saved me from requiring a swap. Or yeah, a swap. Nice. I think. We're good. Nice. Okay, so we can swap. Do we need to? This is a good swap regardless, so we're gonna use it. And then we steal. And then you're gonna start. Ooh, that put me in an unfortunate loss of momentum. I can swap with them. Is there a way that I don't? If I hadn't lost momentum and I could get down through here, I could maybe swap with the tracker and be fine. I think I just step down here to make sure I'm out of the field. And then just run back through here. I could swap back. There's nothing stopping me from swapping back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That saves me forest rooms. That is an awkward position to be in right there. For once, I wish I had an emergency shield. Alright, but we'll get up here. Take out the pilot first things first. It's a slightly better position if we swap with you. Do I want to swap anywhere else? Not really. So yeah, we'll go here, so get a little bit of momentum and then start charging. How do we dodge this? Very carefully. If I had 2 crash beams, I would crash it. Can I line them up? I don't think I can line them up. Alright, I'll run. I'm gonna crash you first, and I'm just gonna try and bait this. There we go. Perfect. Deactivate. And then we take you out. Hello. And then we just run by everybody. Pay me no mind. And we can just fling all the way up here. And then, of course, the defender's going down here and possibly gonna mess up our plans. No, it'll be fine. Gotta be in range and just shoot into a corner. There we go. And then, do I just try doing the... We've already done a lot of fancy stuff today. Let's do our special leaving. It'd be nice if we had a super shotgun, but I think we'll be fine. All right, out we go. So yeah, I haven't done it in a while, but here's a little trick you can do to leave ships faster. It would work better if we had a super shotgun, because they're much more powerful, but automatic shotguns will be good for us with the slipstream, and also the high velocity rifle will be good for us as we just go pew, 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 and bounce off the ship apparently. Pew, 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 Pew. Nope, lost our slipstream. Pew. Pew. What are we at? 8 seconds. Keep that in mind. Pew. 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 What just disconnected? Pew. 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 All right. We ran out of our automatic gun. I guess we could add a regular gun, even though they don't do a whole lot. Pew. 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 Yeah, I can just wait. Pew. 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 Doop-a-doo. Alright, we're at 9 seconds now. Alright, 9 seconds and both of our guns are out. Pew. Pew. Nope, slipstream again. Pew. Pew. 10 seconds now. Is it gonna be faster than leaving? I don't know. Like the gold option for this is if you have an automatic super shotgun. Super shotguns send you either the same or roughly the same as the high velocity rifle. And so if you can shoot it as fast as that one, you can get going extraordinarily fast, really quickly. And we're probably about out of ship's range. Or at least close. Yeah, I think we're out of range. So yeah. I'm pretty sure it was 8 seconds when we left. So as you can tell with this method, especially with the high velocity rifle helping us, it takes the rifle, the shotgun, and the slipstream for super use. But because of that, we were able to get out of the ship's range in 2 seconds, which is faster than we can normally leave by pod with. Holy shit. Look at how fast we're going. Look at us just careening across the nebula. And fun fact, it is possible to go faster than the pod can move. And then if you don't have anything to throw or shoot to let you to go back, you're just done for. Look at how fast. This is not at times X speed. This is. But it's just going wild. So yeah, fun little trick. That isn't that it like comes and goes on when it's useful. Because you really need something powerful like a super shotgun for it to be super worth it. But in a pinch, the way that I discovered about it is I'd forgotten about like a ship's remote sensors or something, the heat sensors, and got my ship blown up. So I'm like, well, it's gonna take forever to get that out. Let's just see if I can propel myself out. And it turns out it's faster, especially if you have a super shotgun or a high velocity rifle or something. And let's turn back time because this one's a long one. All right, I am curious how mine went. I don't have high hopes for first place because I did lose a fair amount of time. In some places, but it's hard to tell. Submit. Okay, first place. 7-2 got an alarm set off. That was also faster. All right. Yeah. Technically, I broke the rules. I broke the rule as written. But I still feel like that was fine. I feel like that was within the spirit of the Saturday challenge. Yeah. I wonder what was in that crate, if it would have even helped at all. Man, what if it wasn't something and I couldn't use the swap in? What would I even do there? I'm not sure what I would do. There's no lethal weapons to knock out an engine. I guess strictly it would have been just leave, buy something that crashes from the store, I guess. That's rough. Now, I guess there's other windows on the ship. Okay, so it would have taken forever, but I could have lured them to another window. Interesting thought. Yeah, that's today. Yesterday, we came in first with a minute 03 and a 597. We got Zazaza coming up in second. Axitho in third place. T-Cake in fourth. And Peter Computer in fifth place, making up the top 5. I don't think I've seen Axie, though, or Peter Computer up here in the top 5 before. Nice to see new faces. Good to see ya. Nice job, everyone. And with that, that is all for today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow.